What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, guys, we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Brighton Hove Albion in the Carabao Cup round 4, guys. Anyway, guys, let's just get straight into today's video. So we made 4 changes from the last game against Luton Town. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with Henderson, Dalot, Bailey, Lindelof, Williams, McTominay, Fred, Mata, Van der Beek, James and Igalo. Getting into the overall reaction now, Man United cruised past Brighton. Well done, boys. Once again, some fantastic individual performances. That was a very good performance. The substitutions made an impact from coming off the bench. Lacked in creativity in times. We got there in the end. Up the fucking Reds. Through to the quarterfinals. Win done and clean sheet done. Anyway, guys, let's just get straight into today's video. What did I make of the performance? I think overall the performance I thought it was a great performance by the players. I thought sort of in times in the game we sort of lacked in creativity. That was obviously because it's down to the start of the season that we had. Obviously we had pretty much no pre-season. There was times in this game where we lacked in a bit of creativity in times. In the game, I think when you sort of reflect at the score, 3-0. In these cup competitions, it's all about getting a win. Make sure you get through to the next round, really. We did that well. We executed the game well. We won the game 3-0 to Brighton. We just currently played Brighton on the weekend and just only got away with that 3-2. We did really well. It was a convincing performance, but I thought, like I said in times, we lacked in the creativity. But we got there in the end and we got the goals that we needed to wrap the game up. We put Brighton to bed. It was a very good performance. There were some fantastic individual performances out there, the likes of Dean Henderson coming in, and I thought the likes of Mata played well. I thought Fred had a good game as well. Igalo in times had a bit of a good game as well here and there. Wasn't the prettiest game for Igalo. At least he tries and makes things happen as well. There were some fantastic individual performances out there. Obviously there was a comparison from the game on the weekend against Brighton going into this one against Brighton in the Carabao Cup. I'll get into that later in today's video as well. I thought we did really well. I thought the substitutions came on and made an impact right away. Like I said, you know, we got there in the end, and it's all about, in these cup competitions, it's all about, you've got to win the game. At least you go through to the next round, and that's what it's all about as well, like I just said then. In this game against Brighton, we knew it was going to be not easy. We knew it was going to be tough due to how Brighton started this season as well. Coming into this game, we had to be a little bit more cautious of what they were going to do, and you know, times we sort of panicked in the game. Dean Henderson pulled off some great saves, got us out of jail as well. I thought we did brilliantly well. I thought the players put on a good performance, and it was one of those games where, you know, in the first half it was quite an even game. It was end to end, lacked in creativity in times. We got there in the end and we got the 3 goals that we needed to put to Brighton to bed and to make sure that we got through to the next round. And we had to sort of make sure that we got a good goal lead as well, so that Brighton didn't really come back into the game and didn't really put us under pressure in the later stages of the game. It's all about get the win and make sure we get through to the next round, really, into the quarterfinals. We've got a big game against Everton next. Looking forward to that. Talking about the game now, I thought the first half, I thought we played with energy and we looked bright and sharp from the get-go. But like I said just before, we sort of lacked in creativity in times. I thought the transition from defence to attack was a little bit slow. So, you know, we were not like free-flowing. We didn't really see that fluidity. It was a little bit slow, and we didn't really, the build-up play was just slow, and we slow things down, and that's really where Brighton can get back into shape, get players behind the ball, and they can really, you know, and then they can get possession back as well. So we just didn't really show that intensity and tempo in our play, and it was just a little bit of a struggle in the sort of the first half, because it was quite an even game. We defended really well, we attacked well, they defended well, they attacked really well, so it was pretty an even game. And you know, Igalo had a chance to put United in the lead, Igalo had a chance to put United in the lead, and, you know, once again not taking our chances where we should be. But you know, at the end of the day, it was one of those games where it was pretty much of an even game, and then obviously we scored from a set piece, obviously, and obviously when you sort of got these set pieces, you want to try and at least score on your set pieces, and that's what we did. I thought in the latter stages of that first half, we started to mount the pressure onto them, and they started making mistakes, and the more they made mistakes, we were capitalising on their mistakes. And then I think, McTominay scores a perfect time to score a goal just before half time, and it's always brilliant when you score a goal just before half time, because obviously if you're going into that game at 0-0, it's like this is anyone's game in the second half. So it's always crucial to get that first goal in the first half to settle down the nerves, and go into the half time, regroup, and then go again in the second half. And I thought Henderson made a brilliant save from a chance from Ali Reza as well. And once again, I think we can see a comparison between Henderson and De Gea. I think Henderson can really control that defence, and De Gea can't. And but yeah, so far in the first half, it was pretty much an even game, and it was a both-sided game. It was end to end, and you couldn't really split that half. Really, second half, I thought Brighton really came out and took in control and dominated the game. United just struggled to get going and struggled to get on the front foot. So we were put on the back foot in early the stages of the game in the second half, and then once Ollie knew that things were not going right, and obviously some of our players were getting a little bit tired. We had tired legs out there, and then Ollie then started to make substitutions. The substitutions made an impact from coming off the bench, and we brought on the likes of Rashford, Pogba, and they made an impact from coming off the bench. And then once we made those substitutions, they came on, they made an impact, and then we sort of started to see the best Manchester United, and that's where we started with playing with energy, high intensity, high tempo. We play with intent in our play. We got in between the lines. We were on the front foot. We were aggressive, and we played with aggression in our play. You could see the fluidity, and we were quick in the transition all of a sudden as well. And then we put Brighton under pressure. Mata scored a great goal, and then Brighton then just couldn't really keep up with the pace. And once we got that second goal, it was like, yeah, we know it's finished, but maybe get another one to make sure that we've actually sealed the deal and that we're actually going through to the next round. And then after that, Brighton then just couldn't keep up with the pace. Brighton then made a silly mistake, and Pogba scores a fantastic free kick to make it 3-0. And once it was 3-0, it was game, set and match, and it was over. And when it's 3-0, convincing scoreline to win as well, you're through to the next round really, and bring on Everton in the next round. It's going to be tough, it's going to be difficult, but looking forward to another great game against Everton. Why did we look so lackluster against Brighton on the weekend, and why did we play with more ambition and purpose? I think it was just going back to what I said before actually. I think we didn't really have a pre-season. United really struggled at that game against Brighton. I mean, coming off a loss as well, it wasn't easy as well, and to bounce back against a very good Brighton side that were playing some really good football as well, and they've got some quality good players in there, and they've got some fantastic players that can really put United under pressure, and they've got some quality players in there. I think it was just the fact that we didn't have a pre-season. We looked a bit jaded. The fitness wasn't there as well, and we were just not sharp, and there was no pattern of play on the weekend against Brighton. But then when we played in the week and we went back to Brighton, it was because of the fact that we changed the personnel around. Some players got to play again, some of them had a bit of a rest as well. The reason why we're playing with more ambition and more purpose was the fact that in these cup stages, in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, it's all about you have to get the win, get through to the next round. But the reason why we were playing with more ambition and purpose was because we knew that this is the knockout stages in the Carabao Cup. Once you're out really. We need to show that ambition and more purpose to show that we want to go through to the next round, even if the Carabao Cup's not on our list. We need to, at least competition to go, see how far we can get as well. I think it was because Ollie changed the personnel about, and we saw a bit more fight from those players as well. I think we did sort of see the fight against Brighton on the weekend, but we were, jaded. Players were not in shape. The fitness wasn't there. Whereas when we turned it around against Brighton, we knew it was a wake-up call, but also inconsistency as well. Bit of inconsistency sort of kicked in as well, but we were lucky to win that game against Brighton on the weekend, even if it went over the time that we got allowed as well. So we were lucky to win that game 3-2, and we got away with one. And I think sort of after then, Brighton sort of obviously have had a bit of a dip now in their form now. And I think after once United have beaten them, it's really not favoured Brighton now. They're sort of near the bottom of the table now. So the struggling Brighton side, but they're still probably going to stay up this season. But we play with more ambition and purpose because of the personnel and probably because of the tactics and the game plan as well. And some players were fit, some players were not fit, some players were not sharp. Some of our players were sharp. So, but obviously we knew that we'd play with more ambition and purpose because this is a Carabao Cup game. It's knockout stages, and you have to win these sort of games as well to go through to the next round. But like I said, then it's all about get the win and get the three. It's all about get the win and make sure you get through to the next round. And we've got a tough game next against Everton. Looking forward to it. And I think that's the reason why we. I think that's the reason why I think that's the reason why it was such a lackluster performance against Brighton on the weekend, and why we sort of turned it around and we showed more ambition and more purpose in that game, that we wanted it more, and we showed that we were the better team on the day, and if we were the better team on the day, they deserved the win at the end of the day, and we totally deserved the win, and we're through to the next round. Really, you can't complain. Who is my man of the match? There were some great players that stood out in that game. Obviously, Mata was the man of the match in this game. I thought Henderson had a good game as well. I thought our centre-backs did really well as well. I thought the full-backs did really well. Some players did have some good games, the likes of Van der Beek as well. I think James had a bit of an okay game as well. I mean, who was involved for most of those goals? Mata got a goal and assist, I think, so I think you have to give it Mata. Mata got an assist, got a goal as well. I think it has to be Mata because he got a goal and an assist, really. I think Mata's my man of the match for sure. How do we beat Everton in the quarter-final? Obviously, coming into this game against Everton in the quarter-final in the Carabao Cup, I think Everton's going to be more of a fight, and this is going to be United's first test in the Carabao Cup. Everton, this will be their first test as well, because they absolutely smashed and absolutely overturned West Ham. But the thing is though, West Ham conceded 4 goals that could have been easily avoided. I think the goalkeeper should have done better, and also the defence could have been better as well, but I think they were sort of playing an out of form West Ham team at the time. I think we're United now, and this is perfect for United going into this game against Everton now, because we've got the game against Sheffield in the week, and then we've got Leeds as well. And obviously with Everton were sort of in form when they played that game against West Ham, and then they had a bit of a drop off, and now they're coming back up again with some good run of form now, because they've beaten Chelsea, now beaten Leicester, because they've now beaten 2 good informed teams, and I think they'll be up for this one against us. I think Everton will have the upper hand. They're at home, they'll have the fans in the stadium. There has been teams in the Premier League where they've gone away from home and won away from home, and United did that against West Ham last week, because West Ham had the fans in the stadium and we won at their place. United are unbeaten so far this season, and we're the only team that's only had a 100% record away from home as well. I think Everton will be under pressure in this game, but they've got the fans on their side that can really get them over the line, and that can really give them some encouragement to go and win that game as well, and it'll give them more ambition and more purpose to go and win as well at home. But there's a lot of pressure on Everton to go and get something out of this game. In this game as well, I think both Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Carlo Ancelotti is going to be making changes. I don't think we're going to be seeing the likes of Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin play this game, so I think both United and Everton are going to be making personnel changes for this one, because obviously with games coming up thick and fast, and games coming up on around Christmas, before Christmas and after Christmas on Boxing Day, so both teams are going to be definitely changing things up. But how do you beat Everton? I think with this Everton side, and obviously United beat Everton at Goodison Park earlier on this season, and we won that 3-1. And I think with this game against Everton, it's a physical game for sure, and you've got to make sure you've got to stretch out this Everton side. They like to, they're a very attacking-minded side. They get on the front foot. They play some with a real aggression in the team. But I think with Everton, and in these cup games as well, it's always crucial to get the first goal. And I think if we can have a good start into the game and not have a drop off and not let them get on the front foot, we need to make sure we need to get on the front foot and create the chances pretty quick into the game as well. And we can't really have a setback. And I would love to beat this Everton team, and obviously this is an opportunity to get to, and this is an opportunity to get some to get some silverware as well. So, and I think if we want to take this seriously, we've got to win this game at the end of the day. So, I think we've got to have a quick and bright start to the game, high intensity, high tempo, get in between the lines, and we have to stretch them out as well, and keep and stop. I think we were playing it too narrow in the first game against Everton earlier on in the season, and I think we just need to get the ball more out wide and use the wingers, and then they can really make some good crosses into the box and low and hard crosses into the box. And we have to create the chances and make sure we take our chances, scoring our chances, but we need to show that purpose and that ambition to go and win this game. We need to show that fight as well, that we want to win this game. So we need to be on it from minute 1 to minute 90. This is going to be a physical game as well. We need to be mentally, physically ready, and we need to go with the right mindset, the right mentality in this game. And Everton will give us a good game because this is going to be their first test. This is going to be our first test as well. So we're coming up against a very good Everton team, and like I said, I think both managers are going to be exploiting with their teams as well, and definitely, Ollie's going to be changing up the team as well. It's not going to be he's definitely not going to be playing with the first team. So Ollie will definitely be making changes, and looking forward to this game against Everton because they'll give us a good game, and we just got to be on it mentally, physically, defensively. We need to keep our shape, stay organised, be a unit at the back, and if we make a mistake, they'll capitalise. So we've got to make sure that we stay concentrated and focused at all times, and hopefully we can get over the line and make sure and book ourselves into a semi-final place. And looking forward to this game against Everton. It's going to be a tough one, difficult one, but I think we've got a good enough team to get through to the next round, get to the semi-final as well of this competition as well, because silverware's up for grabs, and why not take it? All or nothing really, got nothing to lose. Getting into the goals now. First goal, United win a free kick. Mata puts in a great delivery in, and McTominay heads it in for 1-0. Second goal, Williams passed the ball to Fred. Fred passed the ball to Van der Beek. Van der Beek sets up Mata, and Mata scores for 2-0. Third goal, United win a free kick. Pogba shoots and gets a slight deflection, hits the post and goes in for 3-0. Getting into the stats now. Possession for Brighton, it was 51%. For Man United, it was 49%. Goals for Brighton, it was 0, and for Man United it was 3. Total shots for Brighton, it was 12, and for Man United it was 10. Shots on target for Brighton, it was 2, and for Man United it was 6. Total passes for Brighton, it was 506 passes, and for Man United it was 497 passes. Pass accuracy for Brighton, it was 87%, and for Man United it was 84%. Getting into the substitutions now. Igalo went off for Rashford. Talk about Igalo's performance. Lost his balance when presented with a good first half chance, and didn't offer much of a presence in attack. James went off for Pogba. Talk about Dan's performance. Drifted out of the game after a bright start. Played in his favoured position on the left, but didn't find it easy. Fred went off for Lingard. Talk about Fred's performance. United's best midfield presser, and showed that again when Brighton tried to play out from the back. Next up, we've got Everton. Everton, great side. We've got a great manager. They'll come into this game well prepared as well. I expect Everton to be making changes for this game. I think he'll be making a few changes, definitely for sure, because he'll be thinking of ahead of the game on Boxing Day as well, and so will Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. So both teams are going to be making changes for this one, definitely for sure, and give players a chance as well to show what they've got. I think we just need to be mentally ready and physically ready for this one. Everton, great side, got some great quality players in there, got to be ready on the day. They'll give us a game, Everton. We just need to make sure that we have that quick and bright start to the game. It's always crucial to get that first goal. If we can get that first goal, it puts then Everton on more pressure to go and get the victory. They'll have the fans in the stadium, they'll have more encouragement to go and win that game. If we can get that first goal, settle down the nerves, get the first goal, that first crucial goal, and then get another goal, and then start thinking about making changes then. Looking forward to this game against Everton. It's going to be tough, it's going to be difficult, but we need to be physically and mentally ready, get the right mentality and the right mindset on the day, and I'm sure that we can beat this Everton side. They will be there for the taking on the day, and we just need a quick and bright start to the game. Play with high intensity, high tempo, get between the lines, play with energy, play with purpose, play with more ambition. There's less pressure on us as well to get a victory here. I expect Manchester United to beat this Everton side. So far, Everton are scoring 4 goals per game, and so far, Everton are conceding 1 goal per game as well. They have won 3, drawn none, and lost none. They've won to Salford City 3-0, Luton Town 5-2, and they've also beaten West Ham 4-1. Ollie needs to pick the right team, put the players in the right positions. He needs to balance the team out right. The structure in the team needs to be right. We need depth in the team, and he needs to select the right formation for the game. The players to look out for is Kenny, Holgate, King, Mina, Onkunku, Delph, Sigurdsson, Decore, Iwobi, James, Bernard, Gomez, Davis, Richarlison, Clive-Lewin, and Tosun. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in the video in the next couple of days, and peace.